Hey everybody, welcome back to Faraday Research. It's Wednesday morning here, and I promised I was going to do a test of my new coil that I built. I built that on Sunday night. I actually wrapped it by hand. So I made a mistake. Sorry, my apologies. The wire that I'm using for this Tesla coil here is a 22 gauge, so it's a little bit thicker than normal, but I'm still getting a lot of power off it. So the way I've hooked it up right now is in your standard Tesla coil fashion. This is the primary. I'm using a thicker gauged wire, and I'm finding that I'm getting some pretty good reactions with it. It seems like I'm able to get the high voltage into the field around the L2 coil, the big coil. So I'll just give you a quick kind of little demo if you want to know the circuit. We got the high voltage generator here, goes into the circuit. I got two 15 kVA ceramic capacitors in parallel, one on positive, one on negative, two of them. Now the high voltage positive goes in, goes through the spark gap, jumps the spark gap, goes into the primary winding, comes out the other side, and this green wire here goes to ground. And that's it. It's very, very simple. So I'm just going to kind of show you the power that I'm dealing with here. It's throwing about a ½ inch, almost 3/4 inch arc. I'll turn it on here and then you can actually see the type of power. So I'm going to put it at 5 volts DC. So, okay, let's do 6 volts. All right. All right, I got it fired up. The spark gap's working. I got to keep the phone away from this so I don't friggin' fry it. And you can see the arcs. Look how big the arcs are. Sorry, my hand's shaking like crazy. So we're talking some major power coming off this. Let me switch hands here. I know this hand seems to be a little shaky this morning. So you can see the arcs I'm dealing with. A lot of power. So this coil is really amplifying things. Like when I put it up here, I'm getting major power coming off it. Now, I only got the single spark gap going. I get a lot better of a response when I have the dual spark gap. I seem to get more of a pulsing power, more not as fast. This seems to be a pretty fast pulse. So if you slow it down, the amplification in this coil greatly increases. So like you can see how big the arcs are coming off this. That's a good ½ inch, 3/4 inch arcs. Major power coming off this coil. So definitely when you're dealing with this stuff, you don't mess around. I'm keeping my phone away from this thing so I don't totally destroy it. So the thing is, what I didn't do in my previous builds is my primary winding, this one here that's going around here, technically there should be a gap, an air gap between the primary and the secondary. There should be an air gap. So I managed to find this container at work, and it seems to be the right gap. So if you get a good gap, plus the plastic itself is a dielectric as well. So it's almost like a PVC kind of plastic, industrial plastic. So I just winded like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windings. And this is like 18 gauge wire. And I just wrapped it around like a coil. So it was able to get enough field. So you can imagine I got the high voltage going through this one coil, and it's radiating and hitting my secondary coil and giving me the huge arcs. And they're like well over a ½ inch, almost, I would say 3/4 inch arcs. And that's only at 5 volts DC and 250 milliamps. That's nothing. I can blow harder than that. So anyways, I can see the coil's working great. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm getting the amount of potential. So now I got to wind a winding here, a pickup winding, to pick up the high voltage coming off this coil and eventually light up my bulbs. So yeah, I just figure I just throw this quick little teaser video I'll be working on this for the rest of the morning, and then I got to go to work. But yeah, I like what I see so far. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, bottom right corner, give me a thumbs up for the video. And we'll see everybody soon in the next video.